Hey fellas, Rusty coming at you. Today, I'd like to show off a knife here. This knife was gifted to me by a coworker, and he knows I like knives, and he was in his toolbox and he found this knife and he said it was his dad's. And what this knife is a 1989 Case XX tested Centennial. The Centennial was 1989 for Case. 1889 was their year of birth, if you will. Case XX, 1889 to 1989. It's an RC 61050 SS. Call that a large Coke bottle knife. RC. Normally the R is red. So it's a red bone. I'm not sure what the C. Maybe RC is Red Centennial. I'm familiar. They did a Goldstone, which is kind of an epoxy gold flake. Looks like the Gold Stardust Kieranite, but not as good. The Stardust Kieranite, just through improvements, because you got to watch out for those Goldstones. That gold will turn green on some of them. But take a look at this bone. It's going to get scrubbed with just a kitchen scrub, like a nylon brush, Windex on there. For polishing, I'm going to use case paste with a toothbrush. I'm going to use sandpaper, probably 7,000 to 10,000, followed up by either Flitz or case paste. And we'll use case paste on the pins. We're going to use a deep scrub, deep brush, and maybe some Dawn soap, and try to get in. It's really deep, so I need a long brush. Try to clean that up. Got to be careful. I'd like to keep this. I don't like blade banners, but because this is a Centennial knife, we'll keep the blade. I'll try to keep much of that. A little bit of height differential right there, but still kind of smooth across. Let's go ahead and close it. Check out the half stop. Boom. Very nice. So the springs are working well. We're going to get that brass. We're going to get this nickel silver. The bone all polished up. She looks to be centered. And I don't think I'll take you guys with me on this. I'm going to go here at work. I'm lucky enough to be doing this, and I'll try it out. We'll be back, hopefully, through the magic of TV editing. I'll be back soon, and it should look like a new knife. All right, hang on. Okay, here's what we're looking like with a quick scrub. That was just a kitchen brush. Squirted some Windex on here and brushed off the whole thing. You might be able to get a clean or Q-tip in there. I brushed off this. I'm going to use a toothbrush and case paste and brush this off. I can tell we're dealing with just minor scratches. Somewhere in here you can see those. We are dealing with no gouges, but I do think maybe 10,000 grit just to clean up. These are scratches, but they're not nicks. And along the back, I also like to use 10,000 grit. It takes the patina off the brass so much better. It's part of the cleanup process. I also take a brush and be sure to hit the tangs. See if we can show those, and that will, yeah, just not getting the light to work with me. That has already improved the action. I thought the action was fine. It's a big knife, and it has a nice pull, nice spring, nice snap. Even yeah, you can see nice walk and talk. So now we do a little bit of metal or some polishing, oil, maybe some wicked wax when we're all done. All right, stay tuned. Okay, we're finished with stage 2. And stage 2, I took some 10,000 grit paper, which very, very soft, and I just rubbed it. I actually put it on a, what would you call that? Microfiber cloth, just to get a little bit of cushion under the knife. And you just rub it. I rub the bone and everything. We'll come over here. You can see we're going to rub the back springs, and hopefully you can see it's much faster than the case paste, but the case paste will finish a lot shinier. So I don't know if we're quite ready. All this does is saves you on a lot of time. If you're going to use case paste, you got to go and circle all the way around with this. Now also, this is, at least for me in my experience, safe on working on the scratches of your knives. I take off rust with 10,000 grit. I take off Stockman blade scratches, blade rub, all that kind of good stuff. I can't use it on this side, unfortunately, but this stuff wears out quickly. But I think you guys can see, I'll even use it on this bone. It helps kind of polish the bone after a while. And what else do I do? Oh, with this one, I might do the secret that Tom at Knife Delights does. I might do a soak in mineral oil. But you gotta also come in here and you gotta get these liners. Don't forget that. You might, something I like to do, you can see my right finger on the top, kind of softening this edge right here. And we'll soften this edge. And yeah, like I said, next step will be case paste all the way around, and that it cleans that bone up. Got to figure out something. I want to take off that. So don't want this to go on forever, but hopefully I don't lose my sun. It looks like a rain cloud. So all right, guys. Okay, and I don't know what stage we're in, but we're almost in the final stage. This is what the bolsters look like after the case paste. You can see we cleaned up the pins with the case paste. Maybe have a little crack right here. Oh, there's your shield. Some of these pins go deeper. Oh, we'll take a peek. There's a little bit of gaps right between this spring and that liner, but the bone's looking nice and marbled. Got a nice light red color to it. Got some polish going on the bolster. We had some darkness on this bone when I was scrubbing it with the what do we call that, the Windex. It was bringing, I was scrubbing like this, and there was pink water, you know, well, Windex anyway, coming over. So it was taking some of the dye out. The blade is not completely cleaned up. I hit that with case paste, probably all done there. You got to be real careful with this. I know there's something. Michael with Rasputin's Castle once commented on how to clean a blade with like a solution you can purchase without removing the blade etch. Maybe I'll get in touch with him and see. But that side cleaned up really well. We got a little bit of scratch marks. I haven't oiled this yet. A little bit of height differential here. these would go for a couple $100 depending on condition. I'd say this one's would bring over at least 150 is what I'd have to ask if I put it out there, which is a lot more than the way we first started. Oh, I'll show you one other thing. Right in here, there's a little bone. You can see kind of a crack. What I took was my 2000 grit sandpaper, and I rubbed this down, and I rubbed it with 3 and 5 and 7 and 10, and you just want to get that. It's just like a splinter. And what happened is I knew it was there because when I was using this, it grabbed a thread. So nice that could just prevent you from what do you want to call that, a future bone split. If you know, a stitching time saves 9 kind of a deal. But she's looking good. I'm going to still do an actual video where I do a comparison with these knives, but I think I'll take her home and I think I'll soak her in oil. I may throw that on the end, or this may be the end of this video, and you'll have to see how it looks in the actual video. So thanks for joining me. Bye.